you're recording this?
Oh yeah, it is recording now. You're screwed, Terry. And I don't delete streams. Hello, everybody. Our guest today is Terry's Tropical Thanks. We want to thank him for taking his time out of his day for coming up and being our guest.
Wait a minute, I took time out of my day for this?
Is Terry's Tropical Thanks. We want to thank him for taking his time out of his day.
Oh no.
Coming up and being our guest.
Wait a minute, I took time out of my... Sorry. I had the YouTube on. My bad.
Dave, Elizabeth, Skull Aquatics, Bob Kaler, Bunny Viper, Sandy, My Fish Tank Aquatics, Skull Aquatics, hello.
The first one here today was Adele. Thanks for showing up. She said she'll pop in if she can. Mystery Snow Gardens. I love messing with Shanna. We were calling her Shana. She goes, just say banana with the sh in front of it and get rid of the...
You really don't want to mess with Shanna because I got a funny feeling she can hurt you.
Well, hell,
maybe.
It is 6 o'clock. Well, what I may like it, so who cares? Hello, Sandy Farrell, Dave from Iowa, Deborah Dede, Maria Z. Got the famous Patty in the house. Jess is working and lurking. Liz from Florida Fish. S, how you doing? Scott's Aquatics. You said Skull. Dave Farrell's here too.
God, I almost wanted to say something, and then I decided not to.
Sandy Dowdy. Probably a good idea.
Well, I'll let Jason do it.
And Jason from Degenerate Fish Keepers. So I'm just going to get this out of the way. Heck, we already got 23 people watching. That's pretty cool. Thank you all for taking your time to come. So I will be going to the Keystone Clash. A couple people knew I was trying to go. I wasn't going to say that I was going if I couldn't. So Patty was one of them, and I was talking to Rico about it. It's my first time going to an event, so I actually messaged them. I figured, what the hell? Let's get a full experience. I asked them if they needed help setting up or needed help with anything, and they said, yes, please. So the day before the show starts, which is Friday, I'll be helping them set up.
You're going to be like cutting wood and putting stuff up and stuff like that?
Like I said, it's my first one. I have no idea.
Huh.
Hello,
Are you bringing tools?
I might, just in case.
What brand are they? Just out of curiosity.
Oh man, I have. I got Harbor Freight crap too, but holy cow, I can't remember it right now. Anyway,
Are they yellow, red, or blue?
Orange.
Orange.
From Home Depot.
Oh God. All right, never mind.
It'll work. I definitely ain't buying yellow because that's expensive as heck.
Dude, yellow tools are the best.
I'm not paying out the ass for something that I ain't going to be using all the time.
Orange is rigid, ain't it?
Yeah, thank you, rigid.
Red is rigid.
No, it's orange.
No, orange is rigid.
Red is Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot about yeah, you're right, actually. I consider rigid and Milwaukee the same.
I mean, rigid is pretty good. I don't have no issues with the stuff that I use because I'm not a commercial dude. So whatever I need, I don't have to go out and buy the expensive stuff. So I'm not really worried about,
And this is the moment where Skipper goes, I can't believe I asked this guy on.
Yeah. Just remember, you're under my control, and I get to ask you stuff. Hello, Detroit Shrimp. Ed. Oh, man.
So Terry,
Cichlids. And Rico, thanks for showing up.
how many neon tetras do you recommend to put in a pink?
As many as you want. The world's your oyster, man. Stick them all in. Have at it. Go with it.
Yeah, you're right. You're in for a treat tonight because Patty's here to back me up.
Dude, you are definitely scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Listen, you know your stuff. Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, how many tanks do you have set up and running?
I don't know. Who counts?
Some people do, actually. Believe it
We
or not.
did this just earlier today. I counted, and I forgot the number. I don't know, 30 something.
That's a pretty decent amount.
Oh, it's not done.
Yeah.
I gotta finish it.
So it's going to be 30 something plus.
Oh, absolutely.
Terry,
I got
I noticed that you. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I got blank spaces where tanks are supposed to go, but I'm waiting for the next $1 per gallon sale.
Are you planning on breeding those discus that you recently got?
Well, I don't know if they're a pair. I'm gonna let them do their thing, and if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. I want to know how Skipper's African butterfly fish are doing.
Dude, I just fed them crickets. They love them. They're doing very, very well.
They're actually in my, I don't know, top 20 list of fish. They're really cool fish.
Oh man, I love them. Well, I got them from Dan's Fish. I wish I would have. I should write down when I get this stuff so I remember how long I've had it. They
Skipper.
They definitely grew in size, that's for sure.
I noticed that Dan has some L 46s in stock, and he's got some I think they're L 236s as well.
You're right, Select Pet. They're like neon tetras too.
Yeah, except they got a really big mouth and they eat neon tetras.
Yeah. I was actually a little worried about the one for a while because it was just acting funny. But it didn't take to the it didn't really take to the crickets at first. I'm like, there's something wrong with this damn fish. But they eat this too. Believe it or not.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
First thing I put in there whenever I got them was that, and they attacked it because it floats for a while before it sinks. So it definitely caught their attention.
Have you guys ever tried the what's the name of it? Bobber Brights?
I have.
So you like them pretty good?
Yeah, I mean, it's a. I don't think it's any better than most of the commercially available foods that are out there. So yeah, I mean, it's just fine. Most of the foods that we have are generally good foods. So yeah, I don't know what to say on that.
I actually never used it. I think this is just me talking. I want to say a lot of the foods that get put out there, people talk them up more than what they actually are.
I think there's a little bit of truth to that, Skipper, because the fact that is they're all good. All of them are good. If you have a particular favorite, run with it. Be happy with it.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean that the other competition is bad.
No.
It just you have your favorite, run with it.
I know, like for my quarry cats, I use Bug Bites. The Bug Bites bottom feeder. I've used other stuff, and they didn't seem to react. I mean, they go nuts for bloodworms, but I don't like feeding that to them all the time. I only do that whenever I want to beef them up to try to get them to lay eggs.
Yeah,
But,
bloodworms have a lot of fat.
Yeah.
The fat content in bloodworms is pretty high.
But whenever I first introduced the Bug Bites to them, whenever I got it, as soon as the food hit the water, they went nuts. It's like the smell was instant. And ever since then, that's all I feed them. But if there's like another fish in the tank with them, like the guppy, the 20-gallon that has Jess's guppies in it, they'll eat that too, like whatever I put in for them. But actually, all they've been getting is baby brine shrimp because that's all I've been really feeding them right now. But yeah, but ever since I started using that, it showed a difference in their activity. They get a lot more protein out of it too.
Jed, the Bug Bites.
Sorry, I walked.
I use them sometimes, but I mean, like, the only thing about it is that if the fish does not eat all of it, I noticed that after like a day or something, that like it'll get like a type of fungus or fuzz.
Yeah, it just rots pretty much. Yeah.
Hey, Skipper.
Yeah.
There's somebody in chat that you really need to have on your show. You really don't need me, but there's somebody in chat that you should have on your show. She'll be way more entertaining than I am.
Who's that?
Shanna, 503 Aquatics.
I guess you don't watch my Sunday nights then because she's been up here already. I've had her up here.
Oh, yeah. Well, you nailed me. You're right. I missed it. Damn it.
You little shit.
Was it a good time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was a very good guest. We had a blast.
But now I got to go rewatch it.
Listen, if you get out of hand, though, I'll email her. I'll put the link in there for her, and she'll come up here and take care of you.
Yeah, she'll correct me.
So right now in your fish room, what's your favorite fish that you're keeping currently?
They're off camera right at the moment. The discus, because they're new.
Yeah.
The coolest fish is always the newest fish. So I like the discus. I'm kind of liking this tank right at the moment because it's a little different than the rest of my fish room. But if I get off my lazy butt and clean the glass, I love my Leporinis too. It's a super large fish that just to me looks cool. Yeah, I love them to death. But it's kind of hard to choose when you got so many tanks. I like my Nanochromis. I like my Sebrums. Yeah, it's too hard to choose. Seriously, how do you do that?
Oh, I agree with you. But is there a fish that that you have kept throughout your time of being in the hobby that you would never keep again?
Yeah, the silver arowana. They just grow
They're
too
jumpers,
big.
I think.
and yeah, they jump. And I love them when they're little, and you grow them up and then you sell them, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to sell every one I had, but yeah, I don't recommend them. They're just they just get too big.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind having one of those if I actually had, I don't know, we'll say a 200 to 300 gallon tank. But to me, after watching, I'll just throw out there predatory fins. It seems like a monster fish like that, in my eyes, is kind of expensive to keep.
They are, because they're see, I did that thing. I went through the predatory fish thing, the large fish thing. I've had peacock bass, I've had arowanas, I've had gars, I've had pike, and they'll eat you out of house and home. I'd go to the bait shop every other day to buy food. It's like, come on, enough's enough already. This is getting expensive.
Yeah. So they're pretty much like teenagers, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, sweet. I actually got a thumbs down in this stream. Awesome.
That's because I'm here.
All right.
Somebody's being an asshole.
Well, it still counts as a view, so.
You got to have a thumbs down.
Oh, actually, I really don't give a shit. I just felt like saying that.
It's probably one of my biggest fans. All right. So what are we going to talk about?
I just love it when you're in the middle of a stream and your brother calls you, and then you ignore it, and he figures he would threaten me. I'll kick your butt. Yeah, okay.
Well, is he bigger than you?
Hell no.
Oh, well, then you ain't got nothing to worry about.
I'm the oldest.
Sorry to hear that. I'm the oldest as well,
So
man. It ain't fun.
Yeah, people hate me too because I'm a very honest person and I don't give a damn.
Oh, wait a minute. You say things that you actually mean on a stream?
Yeah.
Without concern for people's feelings? Say it ain't so.
You know very damn well, Terry. It's funny. What was you going to say, Robert?
Oh, I'm just going to ask Terry, like, what kind of those Rams that he got. I noticed that he got some, but I couldn't remember what exactly he said they were. Like,
they're just regular. They're just regular blue Rams, wild type, which I actually prefer.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if I actually like some of the designer Rams that are out there now. I mean, some of them are kind of cool, but yeah, I'm more of a keep it natural kind of guy. But then I've got discus that don't look anything like wild type discus, so I'm a hypocrite. I got guppies that don't look anything like wild type guppies, so I'm a hypocrite.
It is what it is. There's times where you can get them, and there's times that you can't.
There's certain fish I just like the wild coloration, and I think they should be left alone and just remain that style. And then there's other fish like goldfish, guppies, discus, angels that we have God dang it, I can't say the word, manipulated.
Yeah.
And but I like those too. So yeah, I'm basically a hypocrite. Oh my God, you got to keep this natural. But look at that angelfish. He's so cool.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah, I
of
mean,
fish out there. It's crazy.
the I would have to agree as far as the discus goes. I would be more attracted to the wild types than I would the more, I guess, colorful ones. I guess.
It's up to the individual fish keeper what they
Mhm.
like.
Right.
Like, if it was me, it wouldn't. It doesn't bother me really. I like them both.
Well, see, it's a hard question. I mean, it's an issue that fish keepers are going to talk about forever and ever. Especially because I was a big African cichlid guy for a really, really, really long time. I bred a crap ton of African cichlids. You want to keep those African cichlids strains true to their collection point. You really do. And then I get a little PO'd when people, deliberately hybridize and now we have like the dragon blood peacocks and stuff. And I got to be honest, I don't like it. But I also know myself enough to say, yeah, I'm kind of being hypocritical. So do whatever you want. It's your hobby. Do what you want.
Well, I think that for me. That's what it comes down to. It's all on the individual, what they want to enjoy. I mean, there's some stuff I don't agree with, but I ain't gonna, criticize somebody for, keeping the fish
Right.
that or whatever.
It's not my place to tell somebody else how they enjoy this hobby.
Right.
So
Terry, I have to ask you, what temperature do you keep that tank at?
Oh, the tank we're looking at, that one's about 86 degrees. It's a little on the warm side. Mainly for the discus and rams. Rams do not like to be cold. 90% of the time, if you fail at keeping rams, it's because you're keeping them too cold. They don't like to be cold at all. And by cold, I mean like anything less than 85 degrees.
Wow.
They're a warm water fish. They like to be warm.
So, in your opinion, what is the lowest temperature do you think that discus could be kept at without like running into a lot of like health issues as far as ick or stress or whatever?
Honestly, 85 degrees.
Okay.
Discus and rams are warm water fish. Angels can be kept a little bit lower, but they're a warm water fish as well. Yeah. If I felt like it and I wanted to pay the electricity bill, I could take this tank up to 90, and the discus, the angels, and the rams, they'd love it.
And they would probably reproduce really good for you too.
Oh, absolutely. I honestly, when I was going for my piece of paper that says I'm awesome and I bred fish, I was breeding my discus at 90 degrees.
Oh, wow. Of course, that there's so many things out there that I'm thinking about keeping or wanting to do or whatever. And if you just think about it, it's like a never ending pit, I guess you call it. and all the things that you want to do and want to keep. That being said, like I have thought about, looking into discus and everything, but yeah,
Well,
it's
welcome to the fish hobby, because it's a never-ending hole that you're just going to throw money at forever.
yeah, and it's not just like a small amount of money either. I mean, it's like it's a freaking, $100 goes pretty much nowhere when it comes to the fish hobby almost.
My biggest regret goes back to those to the arowanas. I should have never kept them. I should have never bought them. I should have never raised them up. I don't know the quality of the homes that they got after I grew them up. Yeah, it's just one of those fish I don't think should be sold. Along with the red-tailed cat. I kept the red-tailed cat for the longest time. My dumb butt actually put a red-tailed catfish in a 55-gallon tank, and I thought I was the coolest guy on the planet. And then it grew and grew and grew, and I'm like, there's no way I can possibly maintain this thing, so I got to sell it. Luckily, I had a buyer. But yeah, those big monster fish should not be in the hobby, and those are my biggest regrets. I wish I would have never went down that rabbit hole of the monster fish.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see why people are, I guess, drawn to them. I mean, because they do have that what you want to call it, what's the word I'm looking for? Majestic look to them and stuff. But just seeing something, that big.
A red-tailed catfish is one of the most spectacular looking fish there is. Except it gets too damn big to keep in a typical fish tank. Ruh-roh. We lost Skipper. We lost Robert. Oh, no. Robert, you're still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. Say now.
What the hell happened to Skipper?
I would say he got a call or something.
No, I heard a noise. I had to go check it out. Bob,
I got my camera off because it just seems to help me on here more. Like I hear everybody better without cutting it out.
Yeah, Bob had a question for you, Terry. He wanted to know what's your biggest regret keeping fish other than this string.
We talked about it already. I like I said, when I went down the monster fish rabbit hole, I now that I'm older and I realize that keeping these kinds of fish is not probably the thing to do, I keep smaller fish that I can actually keep happily in smaller tanks. Red-tailed cats, peacock bass, tiger shovel nose, arowanas. They are incredibly cool fish. I get it. They're very cool fish. But for most of us, they're not a good choice.
Yeah. I didn't. I just thought, whatever, Bob. Damn it.
You gotta love Bob. Bob's fish house. It's not a room; it's a house, because his tanks are just randomly scattered throughout his house. But when he does his feeding videos, I'm entertained. I like watching it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, he I can definitely say that like all of his cats and dogs, you know, and it's his pets in general are very, very well taken care of and spoiled. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Oh, when you said about when you said about the red tail catfish in the 55 gallon, I was at Petco yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Whenever I picked these crickets up, and this kid comes up to me. He goes, "I have a weird question to ask you. One or two?" Listen, if it wasn't for him being a kid, I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" He said, "He said, come here. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about." He was talking about it, the snakes he was wanting to buy. There was two of them he really liked. He numbered them 1 to 2, and it was a ball python and a milk snake, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, "Which one would you get?" I said, "Probably the milk snake." I said, "Because that damn ball python's gonna get huge." I said, "You're gonna need a pretty big, enclosure for it when it gets older." I said, "You will need one for the milk snake too, because it said on the thing it got like 6 foot also." But I said I would get this one because it's more colorful. His dad was there, and he was acting like he knew what he was talking about. He goes, "Well, we'll get this snake and we'll get like this 20-gallon long to stick it in, and it shouldn't get any bigger." I said, "What?"
Because they only grow to the size of their enclosure.
Yeah, the whole thing. Like, well, if you get fish, they only grow to the size of their tank. That's horseshit. And I
I've
said
heard
to
that
him,
so many times.
I said, "Listen, bud," I said, "that is just a myth." I said, "You see that 75? You're going to eventually need that, and then you're going to want to get a bigger one." So what do? They bought the damn snake, and they got the reptile enclosure. It was a 20-gallon long, and it had the wire mesh on top of it and everything. I said, and I showed them. Went to the other side of the display. I said, "You see this right here?" I said, "This is what you're going to need." I said, "You're going to need about a 6 to 8 foot wide enclosure, and it's going to need to be pretty deep." He goes, "Oh, but they still bought the damn snake anyways." I was like, "Here we go."
Yeah, but I have to say I'm guilty as well. I trust me, in my hobby, I growing up in the 70s and stuff like that, I have probably put animals in enclosures that were way too small for them. I'll admit it. I've done it.
Yeah, the 70s and 80s was definitely the good times.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you get this fish, it won't get as big as your. Yeah, say that whenever you're a teenager, your first tank's a 29-gallon, you get a damn ball of shark.
That's a,
I didn't know.
Or Oscars or something.
the iridescent, the poor iridescent shark. I don't even want to
Oh,
think about how many of those things have been brutalized by too small of conditions and improper keeping. But again, like I said, I'm a hypocrite because I've done it. I've been there. I've kept the iridescent shark. And again, it's a fish that shouldn't be in the hobby. I get it. It's a nice looking fish. It looks like a shark. And keeping fish in glass boxes is a male dominated hobby. And when you're young and you see a fish that looks like a shark, you're like, oh, I gotta have this.
Yep.
And
Yep, that is true.
it's just a super popular fish that gets sold by the millions, and then most of them die in captivity.
Well,
Yeah.
hi, Diego. I haven't seen you in a while. Of course, I've been gone for like a week.
You know, with this talk about the baller sharks and the iridescent sharks, I remember, I don't know, I was like maybe 6 or 7, but my aunt and uncle took me to Walmart and they got me, I want to say it's a 10-gallon maybe, but it could have been a 5. I don't know. But anyway, you know, that was back when Walmart had the fish. Well, I go in there and I see stuff that said sharks. So I get me a red tail shark. I get me a
well, first of all, every fish
baller
needs
sharks,
a red tail shark.
And I got like 2 of the iridescent sharks, you know, that you just named. I had them all in this little bitty tank. You know, I mean, I didn't know what I was doing.
Walmart was one of the worst ones for that back whenever we was younger, because I was the same damn way. Baller shark, sweet. I didn't know this was a shark. Looks like a damn fish, but I guess it's a shark.
Yeah.
So I got the rainbow shark. I got the albino shark. I got the redfin shark. Yeah, they didn't last long. They ended up all dying.
Yeah, but they sell really well. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
We had quite a few people pop in here. We got Larry D. What's up? Diego. Benoski Tanks. Danny Weshy. I just lost it. Yeah, I lost my mind, but I lost the other person. I don't think I said hi to Liquid Zoo. How you doing, bud?
So, Skipper, do you have any like a certain species of fish in mind that you might be wanting to get at the Keystone Clash ordeal?
No. I honestly wasn't going for the purpose of buying fish. My main reason why I wanted to go, because I wanted to go to Chicago, but things didn't line up. And plus, with us going to Disney, you know, money.
Yeah.
And then whenever, you know, I heard about Keystone Clash, I was like, well, shit, that's a 2 to 3 hour drive. I said, it's way better than driving the whole way to Chicago.
Yeah.
So my main thing is the reason why I want to go is because I want to experience a show, whether it's kind of like a swap / show. They're going to have judging and stuff like that, but I just never been to one. I never knew this stuff existed until I got into, you know, YouTube.
It's a progression in the hobby.
Yeah.
There was a time before the internet, and if you're a person that keeps guppies, you're pretty proud of your own guppies. You're like, these are the coolest guppies on the planet. And then you find out, wait a minute, there's a competition. You're like, what? And, you know, you get to put your guppies up against other people's guppies with a bunch of people that know guppies judging you. And, yeah, I thought that was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. You know, speaking of guppies, I'm pretty excited about Dallas because there is a person who everyone knows and loves, who loves guppies. That is Jess, Maintails Person Fins. and I heard that she's going, so it's gonna be awesome to get to hang out with her. And
Number one, who doesn't like guppies? I mean, seriously. You got to be a pretty sadistic person if you don't like guppies.
They make great feeders too.
Yeah, they do, actually.
One way to get rid of your mutt guppies. But I guess another thing I might do is I'm not really going to promote my channel. If they ask me if I have one, I'll probably tell them, because I'm not really. If you show up to my streams, you show up. You don't, you don't. I don't get all butt hurt.
Sounds like somebody else I know.
But I will help promote the Aquatic Morning Show, though, because I think that's a pretty good show.
Jess and Rocco are pretty cool.
When I came across that show, I was like, what the heck is this? Well, when it started out as a panel, and then now they're, doing it differently, which is still pretty good in my eyes. Mm-hmm. I'll help promote that.
Can I have a little constructive criticism? I kind of wish they'd get a little deeper into some subjects.
Oh, that'll come. It's just that whenever you're trying to set up something like they're doing, it takes time.
Because I'm a geek, man. I'll geek out on fish like crazy. And if you make a video about a certain subject and I'm interested in it, I'm going to watch it all the way through. There are so many things in this hobby that you can, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Learn from. You can learn from other people's experiences. So if a particular person goes down a rabbit hole, you might want to watch it because you'll learn something.
Well, I mean,
like Foxy's fishes with her snails.
They get guests. So whenever you get guests, that's what you got to build it up. And right now, it being so small, whenever you build it up bigger, you're going to get guests where you can geek out with. You know what I mean? Like Foxy with her snails.
That's exactly. I watch Foxy just because I'm entertained with her. I mean, you just went down a rabbit hole about snails.
Yeah.
And I'll watch it even though I don't like snails.
Which I've been meaning to message her. I better do that today before I forget.
Yeah, she'd be a way better guest than I am.
I've had her up here too. See, you don't watch my damn You are a little shit.
Skipper who?
Yeah, exactly. Right. I hope the next time you're doing a water change, you swallow some fish water.
I've done it, dude. Dude, I've swallowed so much fish water over my career, it ain't even funny.
Boy, that explains a lot.
Exactly, it does.
It's like mama dropping you on your head when you was younger.
We didn't have pythons back in the 70s. We had just a freaking hose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, right? Boy, we actually almost we're one away from 50 viewers. I forgot to say hi to Crystal, Jenny Lynn, Roxanne. I might have said Michelle McKenzie. There was somebody else. See, I'm terrible at this. I need a secretary.
People yell at me.
Buffalo, how you doing?
How come you never look at chat?
I actually do look at chat. But when somebody's talking, I try to keep up with it. And then whenever you get into, talking about something, I forget where I left off at.
You and me both, brother. You and me both.
I gotta pull up chat now. I ain't had enough.
See, my co-host is failing.
Well, I mean, it just seems like every time I do, everything on my end goes nuts to where I can't hear nothing. But
All right, we need to do a GoFundMe for Robert to get a damn laptop. And
You won't-
no, I
Yeah,
don't
I
need
was
to
gonna
go
say,
fund me.
Skipper, you're bad mouthing your co-host. Do you pay him?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do.
Yeah, with my
I can
kindness.
go buy one right now.
With
It's
kindness.
just the problem
With
is getting
kindness.
internet.
Bless his heart. That's what you get out of Skipper.
Yeah, I pay him with my kindness.
Now that I hit 1,000, my two co-hosts are like going, dude, this is a paid gig, right?
No. At the beginning, I actually used to help a lot of people out.
Liquid Zoo, hello. Oh wow, well, we do got a lot of.
Yeah.
I've
that's what I'm saying.
tried to help people out on Facebook, and it usually winds up me getting banned from the group.
Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh. Jake,
See what I mean? I told you.
oh, I can't wait.
Oh, and is Shayna still in here?
No, well, if she's smart, she went to bed. But
Went to bed. It's only 4 o'clock over there.
oh, wait a minute. Wasn't she on a date today?
No, that was
Are you jealous?
yesterday. But the date could have become a 2-day date, maybe.
Yeah, that was the other day, bud.
Oh God, man, I gotta back up and sleep.
That helps. Is there any? I'm gonna. She's
That
here.
was Saturday. Today's Sunday. I am going.
Oh,
I'm going to a Labor Day parade tomorrow.
Really?
nice.
I got to get the wife out of the house. She's been in the house way too long.
Oh yeah. Recovering.
Terry's fans come off of dates to hang with you. God, I hope not. Go on your goddamn date, really? Please.
Well, since Shanna is here, hashtag Saturday morning cartoons.
You gotta put it in the chat. That don't count.
Oh crap!
Dude, you ain't getting a point for it anyways. You got to earn points around here, man.
He's trying to cheat. He's trying to cheat.
Hey,
Shanna
I don't
just-
make the rules.
Shanna just randomly hands them out, but I'm a little more particular.
She's a nice. She's the.
Well, she's here, so
Oprah of
we all want to know how the
you
date
get a
went.
point. You get a point.
No.
Thank you, Shanna.
Skipper's like, why did I invite this guy on my channel?
Them late night streams with you, bud, they were fun. I
Oh
will
God,
say.
I hate him though. Have you ever? Do you watch your own streams?
No.
Because I
I don't either.
you know, yeah, I watch it and I'm like, you're kidding me, right? I actually
Actually,
said that.
There is one that I watched, and I did delete it.
I don't blame you. I probably deleted it too. I'm like, I really just said that?
Yeah. There was actually one. I actually did delete one. So out there in the fish world, is there one fish that you would love to keep that you know that you could never ever be able to keep?
God, we're gonna go back to the same damn genre of fish.
Well, this is a freaking fish talk show.
I would love to have a red, Asian arowana. But because of the stupidity of the United States, and it breaks CITES or CITES, however you want to pronounce it, it breaks laws, I can't have it. Even though the doggone thing comes from a captive bred environment, I still can't have it because the United States can't figure out their laws.
Thank you, Jenny.
And I would love to have a red Asian arowana. I really would. Canada, people in Canada can have them things left and right. It's all cool as long as it comes from a reputable breeder.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a microchip in its head so they can scan it and go, okay, this fish was born at this hatchery.
Did not know that.
Well, I mean, don't they still got to have a permit to keep them in Canada as well?
No, they don't. They're just randomly sold at a local fish shop. And that goes against everything I just said earlier about having arowanas. It's probably not a good idea. But if I had the chance to get one, I would probably provide the proper environment for it. I really would.
Oh, yeah.
Because those are some sexy looking fish, man.
Listen, the first time I saw one was King of DIY, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know that fish existed. When I first started watching somebody from out in Canada, I was like, what? I start looking, it's banned in the United States.
Yeah, can't have them.
Hell kind of shit is this? And then I figured out them people, down south that their temperatures won't kill them because somebody was letting stuff go. They didn't like
that's not why the Asian arowana is illegal. It goes to the sites or cities, however you want to pronounce it. It's CITES. Once that law became a thing, then they made a set of laws, and it's based on a guy's name, and I can't think of his name now. Anyways, anything that is listed as endangered in the wild cannot be sold in the United States.
Oh, okay. I see.
The Lacey Act. Thank you, degenerate fish keeper. Yeah, it's the Lacey Act. The only thing is there's flaws in it because, like, the red-tailed shark is damn near extinct in the wild, and we can still buy it. So they don't they don't follow any real exact part of law. They just kind of run with it. And we'll probably never get Asian arowanas legal in the United States. It's just like the snakehead. There's a crap ton of different snakeheads. And because one became a problem, well, screw it. We'll just ban them all.
Oh, yeah.
I think we got about... Oh, go ahead, Skipper. Okay, I was just gonna.
Yeah, we got 4 minutes before Susie Q. But there's one question in the chat. Michelle Kenzie says, I'm getting a bunch of 3-month-old crebensis that are sick, possibly from overcrowding. Any suggestions on the best way to get them healthy?
Depends on what they're sick from.
Well, first, if it was me personally, if I had a bunch of them in a tank, I would start separating them out. And then that would let you be able to keep a better eye on what's going on with the fish. And then you can take the proper measures to get it healthy again. Them healthy.
I mean, won't crebensis like males like get like very territorial against each other and start, fighting? Or
Yes. They can be a little bit of assertive is an appropriate word, I guess. But again, like Skipper said, it's you have no clue until you know what's going on, and then you have to take the appropriate measures.
Yep.
right, or could be fungus, whatever.
Well, it could just be like for one thing, whenever you're feeding them, if you got so many fish in a tank, like if it's overcrowding, one problem could be because it ain't getting enough food.
It could be stress, could be lack of food. One of the biggest things as a fish breeder, lack of nutrition is a big thing. When you have a baby fish and you don't give it the proper nutrition it needs to grow into a bigger fish, you're screwing that fish, and that fish is going to grow up to be not so appealing.
Right.
I actually realized that with platies. They got stunted. They look like short bodies.
Yeah, baby fish need nutrition, and they need nutrition almost constantly. And if you don't provide that, then they're not going to grow up into perfect renditions of what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely, that happened to me. Well, everybody, we got a minute before Susie Q. Bob has posted the link. If y'all would be so kind to go over to her stream and hang out for a while and support her also. I want to
The first person that asked me to come up on a live stream in YouTube?
Mm-mm.
Susie Q.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think she's going to be there.
Oh, at the Clash?
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I'll ask her later.
That'd be cool, man, because she's got some really cool. Her backyard is freaking to die for.
Dude, that's a dream yard.
It really is.
That's cool. I love that. But it's 7:00. I want to thank everybody for showing up for the stream. Really appreciate it. Robert for being my co-host, even though he ain't paid. And Terry for being our guest today.
I'm so sorry, man. Maybe you'll get some cool people up later.
I've already had cool people. I had to throw
exactly.
I had to throw a mix in there and get the ball in the barrel, and then I'll go back to the car. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for showing up. Bye.
I'm out.